I just want to kind of go around the tables, our partisan table and also our nonpartisan reporter table, and get a sense of where the race goes now, how things change, if it changes at all. Roland, from the Democratic perspective.
For Obama, stay strong in terms of being a leader. For McCain, you got to go hardcore on the economy to reconnect with people. That's what you have to do. You got to tack them on taxes as best that you can.
Paul Begala, Democratic strategist.
McCain needs to listen to David Gergen. His only hope is to go big. To be about the economy, but to be big and affirming and heroic. Barack tonight neutralized not only the tax issue, but heirs, abortion, ACORN, the 3 A's that they've been hammering him on. One last polling data, 83% want to see more debate analysts, though.
Yes,
they want a bigger panel. Just got that off.
Bigger hordes.
Alex Castellanos?
I think Senator McCain can win this thing if he comes out against more debates tomorrow. That would do it. No,
seriously.
I think now, time for a little buyer's remorse before the sale. If Senator McCain can make the case, imagine what January is going to look like in Washington. Democrats, good people up there, they start getting everything they want without restraint.
Democrats in Congress,
spending. Democrats in Congress, Democrats, and no grown-up supervision there. No keys. They've all got the keys to the candy store. Can the economy on the edge of a precipice afford that now? I think that's the case Senator McCain has to make tomorrow morning.
I think Alex is right about that, and I think he needs to do what he's always needed to do, which is focus on the middle class. This is a huge economic crisis. We know there have been wrong track numbers for months and months and months. He needs to talk about what am I going to do for you on day one to try to turn this ship around. He started tonight.
Did he say middle class tonight?
No.
I don't believe that he did. He hasn't, and he started tonight to finally articulate a vision of small government, why we cut taxes, how it grows jobs, why we support small businesses.
He said Joe the plumber.
He said Joe the plumber, but he needs to do a lot more of that, focused, repeating over and over, not switching from heirs to this to that.
Hillary Rosen, Democrat?
I think Senator Obama has been convincing the American people for a long time that he's the right guy for this job. I think tonight he was kind of reassuring the American people that he can do this job. I think that door closes. But there is a cautionary note here for Democrats, which is there's going to be a lot of focus on Speaker Pelosi and Harry Reid and what happens when the Democrats control Congress. They've already started issuing their commitment to things like pay-as-you-go budgets and fiscal responsibility. So you'll see Democrats hitting hard on that, while Republicans are going to try and create the Democratic Congress as the boogeyman against Barack Obama.
Sanchez,
that is a frightening image of the Democratic Congress without supervision.
How many people in this country know who who Pelosi is?
It's not to the level of knowing who Newt Gingrich was when they demonized him, but I think that the argument is going to be made about what to do when you have you don't have the balance of power in there. I think the interesting thing, the real effort is that debates are not game changers. We know that. We need to just kind of come to the reality of that. But McCain started his effort yesterday when he came out with that 6-point plan. It was very simple, common sense approaches to what to do about taxes and the economy. And Barack Obama, by the end of the day, said, I agree with that too. He needs to keep it simple, not as a Republican or Democrat, but as a leader.
I'll give the same advice to this table. Try to keep it simple in the time we have, Campbell.
Well, if it's not a game changer, if this wasn't, I mean, then what's going to be between now and Election Day? What real opportunity is there for Senator McCain? And no one's really talked about it tonight, but I was curious to see if anybody would bring up some sort of big Hail Mary pass. We heard a little talk about Senator McCain doing something like, saying he'd only serve one term, but
didn't happen. Gloria?
No, I think what we heard from Barack Obama tonight, what we're going to hear for the next couple of weeks, is the closing argument, because he's had an argument as he's gone throughout this campaign. It's been a consistent theme. John McCain has to have an argument. He's still looking for his argument, and he's got to talk about the middle class and the Congress. 12% approval rating, say it's going to be all liberal. That could help him.
We've talked a lot about what John McCain needs to do. I'd like to focus on Barack Obama. He has drawn upon these debates to help transform the race. He's in a commanding position now, and it does seem to me his goal should be to do two things: to run up the score, so he gets a convincing victory, not just a small victory, but a major convincing victory, and try to define what he wants to do as president, so he can just say the day after the election, I have a mandate to do the following three things. Paul will tell you just how important that is. That mandate is so important to governing well. If he can run up the score and get a mandate, he'll be much more effective at governing.
Diminish expectations,
yes.
right, don't you think?
Yes, exactly.
Put a lid on. Diminish expectations.
Right. Yes.
He's not going to solve everything in 100
exactly.
days.
Right. Exactly.
I'd just like to point out how different the country is from when we started covering this race 2 years ago. We had Republican debate after Republican debate where the focus was immigration. something that has not even come up in any of these debates. The economy has completely taken over this race, and I think that is only to the benefit of Obama specifically, but Democrats in
and
general.
You had black hair when this race started.
I did. I know. Look at this. I know. I'm catching up with you. I'm catching up with you.
You know, John McCain's biggest problem is going to be convincing people it's not over. You know, I mean, all of this, and so going forward, he's got to keep that base going. I'm reminded of the last couple weeks of the Dole campaign when they came up with the 96-hour tour, just something to pump some energy in it, so you end it on a high, regardless of how it.
John?
It's not over, but remember where we started, the first conversation before the first debate. It's a Democratic year. 90% of the American people think the country's on the wrong track. Only 10% of non-Republicans in this country approve of President Bush's performance in office. John McCain had to keep Barack Obama in the debates from doing one thing: stepping over the "I'm safe, I'm not a risky president" threshold. Barack Obama has stepped over that threshold in these debates. It is very hard now to push him back.